It is extremely important for me to be transparent and to be clear, to provide clarity as to what my intention is. And if you've been watching my channel, I'm sure you are clear that I address things that pertain to health and wellness in relationship to depression. And I have shared that my perspective on this topic is different than what it has been made out to be, because this has been my experience when it comes to depression. It is way bigger than just this term and all of the idealizations that have come from it. This is going to be manifesting itself in all different areas of life. It doesn't matter if you're talking about school, work, relationships, health, wellness. Everybody who talks about anything is talking about wellness. It's talking about mental health. The importance of being clear of your intention, of what your purpose is in any given endeavor becomes very apparent when you go into something without an intention. When you go forth and you are not clear on what it is that you would like out of a particular relationship, out of a particular outcome in your life, because you sort of leave it up to chance. What is chance? The dominant vibration that you are emanating, that is within you at this time. Oftentimes, this is just a amalgamation of programs and thought forms that you have perpetuated or that you have focused your attention on consistently throughout your experience, throughout time. In this video, my intention is to, and even just moving forward, I would like for you guys to take this information as a reflection of yourselves, of your inner desires and contemplations, and to relate to it in a way that is healthy for you, to relate to it in such a way where you are being honest with yourself and that you could really start to go a little deeper, do a little soul searching, even if it's something that you're not used to. I've come across plenty of clients, people who do not like soul searching, who have not thought to soul search, and who are a little bit afraid of this, right? So fear is a factor. Fear is something that might surface itself when you are facing things that have hurt you in the past. It's something that surfaces when you're going into the unknown. You don't know how things are going to pan out when you are switching into a different vibration that is not your usual mode. I've learned how to transmute this energy and to really love this and to shift my perspective from things being scary to things being actually really fascinating, very interesting. How interesting that is, right? This is a word that I have used to allow myself to broaden my perspective. So, question for yourself moving forward throughout your week or throughout the weekend, whatever you want to call it, the day, the eternity, the eternal now. Question in what areas you can really expand in your life that makes sense for you at this time, that is relevant to you, right? What would help you? Not only what would help you, because we're not necessarily here to simply help ourselves. When we live on purpose, we actually serve others. We're here to be of service to others, because like I've said, the issues that you see in the world, they can come knocking on your door. And it might be wrapped in a pretty little gift, but when you open that, it might not be exactly what you wanted. Or it might be the complete opposite of what you would ever even imagine wanting in this life, right? It happens all the time, in all kinds of ways. So this is why it is important to be mindful of helping, being of service to others. Whether you're being of service to somebody that you don't know, whether you're being of service to perhaps a group of people, I would like for you to expand your mind and see where you can actually step into that place where you experience a little bit of hesitation, a feeling of curiosity, but also a feeling of, nah, I could never do that, or that is just way too much for me. Notice the vibration, the frequency of that statement. That is too much for me. I can't handle that. I can't do that. I can't. This vibration of I can't, I shouldn't, what would happen if I did that, in the negative sense, right? Like, what if it would happen and it was great, and you have that frequency behind it. So something that also helps is that, in a very apparent way, when you say maybe, it kind of gives this energy of you're not sure. But what if the energy behind a maybe was very much insinuating definitely, right? So be mindful that the vibration behind the words that you speak are relevant. So be clear on what vibrations you are perceiving behind words that you are perceiving from others, and also the vibrations of the words that you are putting behind your own words. Play around with this. Become more aware, more inquisitive about the information that is being presented to you as to serve you. This is a mental shift in of itself. You can perceive information in such a way as to allow it to destroy you or to diminish you and your value. Be aware of how you are perceiving information that is presented to you. And know that what you are choosing to perceive within you consistently is what is going to create the reality. This is just one aspect of creating the world within you and all around you. There is no separation from these two things. How can you have faith in this? How can you trust in yourself? Is to have this kind of clarity. It is really challenging to have clarity when you're genuinely afraid, when you're operating from a frequency of fear. Then having this faith, this trust, this knowing, this love, it's going to be far from your reach. Naturally, you are going to be love. You are going to be this emanation of this vibration. But when you're doing something with intention, when you're doing something purposefully, and you're really wanting to create, this is something to consider. Creativity takes so many different forms. You know how they have like the art of, or the art of this, the art of that, the art of now, and the art of later. You can be so creative in your life. Your creativity is not limited to any one particular thing. And you can go as deeply as you would like in your creative powers, in your creative energy. When we utilize our creative energy, which is usually at the base of our spine, at our sacral chakra, in our root, in unhealthy ways, or when we are attuned to scarcity, to lack, to fear, to survival, it's really challenging and not accessible to get into that more creative flow. So we want to attune ourselves as much as possible to our creative energy in ways that are healthy, that allows us to flourish in this way and to imbue our experience with this energy in all the ways imaginable. So I really trust that that was helpful. Just a moment of transparency too. I've been getting hella annoyed. I've been breathing life into being hella annoyed by a lot of different things, and I have to pause. I gotta put a pause in moments and just really reflect on my energy and the energy that I'm putting out. This is a practice, but I usually don't get frustrated. I'm usually not like a annoyed person. As of recently, my patience has been being tested. You already know I'm passing with flying colors. And that means that I'm not just being nice. Don't just be nice to people. Oh my goodness, please just don't be nice to people. You can be a kind-hearted person, but you don't gotta bend to people's wills because of insecurities or, just lack mentality or whatever. So, that is that. Lay bye.